Cowabunga Ranger Talk, a hybrid Power Ranger Ninja Turtle podcast. Hey everyone, welcome to the most watched show on the internet, according to the internet now. this is this is a pretty fun podcast, but it is what it is. I am Mascara and welcome to Cowabunga Ranger Talk. Today we're going to be doing one unboxing and some news here I got. So today we're going to be looking at the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, Ninja Megazord, the Funko Pop version that looks a lot like the Legacy one. And we also got some news here, so, let's start with my man here. Let's open him up. So here's what he looks like. There's the side of the box. There's the back of the box with the other figures that you could get, you could collect, stuff like that. The other side, there's nothing on the bottom. On the top, that's what it looks like. And if you're looking for them, there's the UPC if you want to screenshot it there. If the camera will focus. Cool. So let's crack them open. This one was, I gotta say, $25. It's over $25. I was like, why not? They don't make so many of these, so at least this model. It'd be cool if Funko started doing the Megazord line, but neither here nor there. There's the box. Got a little thing there, little for the box. Put that to the side. Comes in these boxes. See ya. And there he is. Let's see here. The head is pretty sizably heavy, but the body isn't too bad. I said it before and I'll say it again. These things would be a lot more likable if they could at least have arm articulation. If I could at least move the arms, I'd be straight. I wouldn't make a big deal about it. I do like the sculpt of it. Give you a look for it right there. Like the little bare feet there poking out. Also, they did a good job with this. This looks a lot like the Legacy Megazord. One day I'll have to pull them out and do a comparison or something, but it's pretty much what it looks like. Head's a little heavy. Let's see if my man here wants to stand up. Awesome. Yeah, that head is heavy. Let me center this a little bit more so y'all can get a better shot of the guy. There we go. And that's Buddy over here, the Ninja Megazord Funko version. And with that, let's start cracking in on some news, because I haven't done much news in a while, and there's a couple things to kind of talk about in this episode, so let's get into it. So, here for the news, NECA is making another run of the movie Turtles, which, if you're collecting those, these are going to have new head sculpts. And they're doing them in the style of the VHS cards, so if you're looking for that, I'm sure they're going to start doing pre-orders and stuff like that for it. I don't know, the heads look like the bootleg heads, because the movie ones have been bootlegged pretty hard by a lot of different, companies and stuff. So the heads aren't setting the world on fire, but there's that. There's also I forgot the company because there was just so much turtle stuff, but there are new turtles coming. I think it's Mezco or Armando that are doing movie turtles to sort of rival NECA's. Don't quote me on the company, but the images are out there if you want to find them or something. But yeah, someone else is making these movie turtles, and they don't look bad. The new movie turtles from this new company. I think the one issue I would have would be, I think it is Mezco, because they showed their Mezco turtles, and yeah, I'm gonna stick with Mezco being the ones that are gonna be doing these movie turtles. Yeah, because I saw some of the comments. Oh, are these gonna be like $400 for the four? I don't know. I mean, me personally, I might look into it in future time, but it is interesting to see somebody else play in that ballpark. The problem with it is obviously, hey, NECA's pretty much done the entire movie line. I mean, they've done a lot of characters, so for you to catch up with them is going to be pretty hard. So I don't know how that would happen. It'd be interesting to see if they try, but I don't know if they're going to get the likeness rights for Judith Hogue or the rest of the people. Ernie Reyes, Tatsu, which was like the impossible dream that they finally got to make a Tatsu figure. Get another Super Shredder. It's a lot of likenesses you have to do, not just the turtles. So if Mezco can do it, great for them. And interesting to see what they do, but I don't know. I gotta wait to see more. The big criticism for the Mezco turtles here, for the Mezco movie turtles, I should say, is that the heads are misproportioned. So the heads are not properly sized, and I tend to agree with them. But the head sculpts themselves are fine. I think they look good. They're just like, honestly, it's 3 of the 4 turtles that have the big heads. Because Donnie seems to have a regular head to his body. So Donnie doesn't look like he's out of proportion, if you will. I think it's more the other turtles have, or it might be just the angle, because if you're taking a picture from this instead of this, or that might be a thing too. So that might be, or somebody's taking an angle from here, and then somebody else is there, and you got like 20 people walking around San Diego, and like maybe they glare. Give them the benefit of the doubt. But like I said, the Donnie movie Mezco figure seems to be looking pretty good. So there's that. So that should be interesting to see what develops. Maybe they release it. I don't think they're going to release them in single though, because that's not really the way they do things. They did their version of Turtles as a 4-pack, and then I think they released them again with the light green as like an alternate version. I think they did another one where it was just like heads and weapons and things like that and accessories as a different pack to make it look toonish. And now these, but I don't know. There was an actual set of the Toon ones of Mezco with their bodies, so maybe they're gonna release another one, because this was the Toon Turtle heads were like swappable things. They weren't really, the same skin color as they were in the Mezco version, if you will, interpretation of. So might be something there too. Next news item: Mondo is doing a Sofubi style, but Super Shredder. They already shown Super Shredder, and I think Super Shredder should be coming soon. But this Super Shredder is all black with red eyes, basically. And I think the weapon is red, too. The big staffy thing with the point. That might be red, too. But, from what I saw, the figure is all black, but with red eyes and maybe a little bit of highlights of gray to kind of break up the aesthetic of just being a pearlescent black, because it's not just like flat black, it's like pearlescent, sort of glossy black. And Mondo teased the Leatherhead, which looks good. And they also tease a possum buddy for Leatherhead, so that looks good too. I like what they're doing. I don't have any space for it. So me personally, I mean, if you got the space for those Sofubi ones, they look fun. The one figure that they had at San Diego and might be coming up for pre-order is the Slash. So if you're looking for that one, there you go. Slash is coming. Slash looks very, very, very not bad, but generic. Like it doesn't look like anything you broke the mold with. But the other turtles that they did, I think they did a good job because they kind of gave it their own interpretation. This Slash just feels like the Super 7 Slash, but instead of the head here, they gave him his neck proper, like this. You see, they gave him a neck proper instead of. But I think that's basically what they did with that one. I don't think they broke the mold. It looks beautiful. It's nothing wrong, and sometimes it's good to just do what you got to do. But it doesn't seem like so much other interpretation. To counter that, though, Leatherhead does look like their interpretation, 100%. It looks like they went in on it and they're like, we like what Playmates did, and this is homaging them, so that's great. But Leatherhead put on some weight. Because the Leatherhead, from the old Playmates line was like sort of long and big head and little hands and little feet. And then freaking Super 7 took a shot at it, and they did a really good job. They stretched out some of the arms. They gave him knees. They gave him bigger feet. They gave all the weapons. They did a really good job. But this Mondo Leatherhead is cool because he looks like he put on like 200 pounds. So he looks like not swole, but he looks kind of beefy. So the boy's strong. So that's good. And it's interesting to give him a possum buddy, sort of a, swampland, if you will, a possum buddy, which looks cool too. If they come out with an actual like 5-inch or 6-inch line for this that doesn't take up so much space, I'd be interested. I'd be listening. And if they can make them around, $30-$40, even if they don't have 1,000,000 points of articulation, I think that would draw people more in. But that might also be a thing of the license. Like, hey, Super 7's doing this, NECA's doing that, we can't do this, we can't do that. Okay, fine, do whatever you want. So maybe there's some there. I'm not holding their license. I didn't see their contract. I'm not talking to Nickelodeon, so I couldn't tell you this or that about it anyways. But it just, bears repeating that new Leatherhead and they didn't even have an image. I mean, they had a render for it, but like a drawing render. It didn't have an actual prototype figure. For Slash, they had the prototype, and for Shredder in all black, they had a prototype for it. So, moving on, the next news item here, we got some pre-orders coming for the Playmates Sewer Lair to Amazon. Tentative price, I've seen it at $74.99, which is great in these days with budgets being what they are and the world being what it is. $74 for a Sewer Lair, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Might be $10 difference, even if it's like, I think it's fine if you make it like $99.99. It's fine. If you make it an even $100, it's fine. And I was fine last year with the Technodrome being $100, or about a year and a half ago with the Technodrome being the re-release of the Technodrome by Playmates being $100 because I was so excited for it. Hey, look, I didn't have all the pieces. Like most collectors, like, hey, to get a put together version of the Technodrome would be awesome. And then they come out with a version that's beautiful and it's fine and it's a lot of recreation of what they originally did, but it's like 20% smaller, so like the figures fit tighter, everything is snugger. It's like, it does have its drawbacks. This Playmates playset for the Sewer Lair, it is 1-for-1, so not gonna have that problem. I mean, in another episode you might have seen, I actually modeled the Sewer Lair playset, so if I can find a 3D printer person to help me print it, because it is big. It is going to be like a week-long project to print out. But if I can get it, I'll show you guys and what. And the reason I wanted to, just bring that back is because we're talking, the whole sewer layer thing, and you can check out that other episode here on the channel. But moving on, the Mutant module is re-releasing. The re-release of the Mutant module is out now at Target. And if you saw on a previous video, it is one of the episodes we're going to be covering because I was able to get my hands on one of them. So we will be reviewing. That'll be a future episode. Next thing, the Reignition Power Rangers line. The yellow and pink, and they're online at Walmart.com. They're coming in and out, the head flipping ones. The Mastodon and the Pterodactyl seem to be going in and out of stock, but they're also online-ish. Some people have been able to actually find the Mastodon, in physical stores, which is crazy. And shout out to Canada, because Canada seems to be like fully stocked. I've seen some pictures and some renders of here's Toys R Us Canada, or here's Woolworths Canada, or whatever, Toy Store Canada, or here GameStop Canada, and like Canada stacked up with the whole roster. They got the masks, they got the role play, the coins, the blaster. Canada's like set with the Power Ranger stuff. So good for them. Here stateside, we should be getting things, but I think the rollout's a little slower. So there's that. The next news item is the Reignition Zords. The price has jumped up. I know it's saying and I've covered this in other videos, but since this is a news video, I figured it'd be a good news topic. It's supposed to be $19.92, but it's ringing up as $23.94. So if you could still get it at $19.92, if you're already in on the Tyrannosaurus or whatever, you're eventually going to get it. So if you want to, save a couple bucks, take the picture and show it to the people at the register. Hey, look, price says this. You got to match what your price says, because if not, if they would have put it at $23.90 something, then that'd be one thing. But it's still advertising for a lot of places, and even at the display stands, the end caps for Walmart, they're having that. Another little tip: Walmart, they're getting the display caps, but some don't have the space for it, so they're breaking it down and they're putting the figures on like end cap corners, or they're putting them on the bottom shelves where they put the overrun stuff. So might want to look over there if you're looking for stuff there. Next news item here is the Funko's doing a full run of the Zeo pop figures, so that's pretty cool. Because right now they're releasing a 3-figure wave of Tommy. So it's Tommy as the Black Dino Thunder, Tommy as the Turbo, and I forget what the third one is. Oh, the Zeo, literally. So it's Zeo, Turbo, and Dino Thunder Black Tommies that are coming out. So there's that. And the final news item for today is Power Rangers are in Fortnite now. They're in Fortnite. I don't know. Good for them. They're coming out with Fortnite figures. I mean, not figures. They're in the Fortnite game, and there is a bonus Green Ranger pack, downloadable pack that you could put, which is kind of funny because I think the Power Rangers in Fortnite is an extension pack, so this will be an extension to a bonus, which is something it's not really for me, but for those of you that play Fortnite, good for you. And yeah, that's some news and a little unboxing for today. And with that, we're going to be wrapping it up. Thanks everyone who watches the show. If you like it, subscribe or whatever, and have a good day, have a good night, whatever you're watching. Peace out.